Hi everyone, my name's Ollie and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are doing a full eyebrow tutorial. Brows are something that I tend to skip over whenever doing a makeup video. I always do them off camera. Now I have very kindly been gifted some products for today's video. So this video is in collaboration with Technique. I have worked with Technique before on my channel. I really like them as a company. The team are really friendly and kind, and the products always perform really well. So if you want to see my full Technique review, there is a video up here for you. I did a full face of their products first impressions. There are definitely some gems in there and they are such a good price. So I definitely recommend going and checking that video out. Today we are doing a full brow tutorial using this fabulous little box of products that they sent me. I never really did much with my brows until quite recently, but I find that filling and defining them really helps just to create a nice shape. So they have very kindly sent me a few brow products for today's video. This is the first product that they sent me. This was the original brow pomade that they sent me when I first collabed with them. This is the brow powder and pomade duo, and this one is in shade light. I then also had the shade medium sent to me because sometimes if I'm doing a more full face glam look, I want the slightly more defined brows, and I find that when I have a dark tan, if I use the light brow pomade, it can be a little bit too light. We are going to be using the shade light today. Then they also sent me the ultra fine micro brow pencils. Once again, they sent me both shade light and shade medium. Today I'm probably going to be using shade light, but I might dip into shade medium just to add some definition. So I love the pomade for marking out my brow shape and kind of gently filling, but at the front of an eyebrow, obviously you have that slightly more feathered bit, so these are really good for creating a little bit more definition there. And they also have a spoolie on the end for making sure all of your brows are brushed into place. Then they also sent me two different brow gels. Now brow gel is something that I've always used. I've always topped with a clear brow gel because it really helps just to set your eyebrows in place, keep them where they're supposed to be, and it gives it that really nice fluffy look, which is obviously so on trend at the moment. I've actually never used their brow gel before. I've always used Collection 2000 brow gel, but they have sent me the clear brow gel, which is this one here, and then they've also sent me this one, which is a natural lash conditioning like mascara. So obviously they are both clear. The reason I decided to get both of these was because the spoolie on the lash one is a lot bigger, and because I have got quite fluffy brows, sometimes I prefer a bigger spoolie. So what I'm going to do is use one of these on one eyebrow and one on the other, and just let you guys know which one I prefer, and see if there's much difference in the formula. I think they were quite a similar price, so really it just depends on which size you prefer. Some people might prefer a smaller one because it's obviously easier to get the definition. They also then sent me my absolute favourite product from Technique. So this is the Technique Mega Glow Highlighter Palette. This is a little highlighting quad. This is my go-to highlighter palette for anywhere on my face. I have this palette on today. Actually, I've got the champagne colour in my corners, on my forehead, on my nose, my chin, my cupid's bow, and my cheeks. Sometimes I do use this to create like a little eyeshadow look, going from darkest to lightest, and that looks really nice, and it's so easy to do because if you know me, then I am like not good at eyeshadow. This is by far my favourite highlighter that I think I've ever used, so 100% recommend this. This is what I'm going to be using to highlight my brow bone. I think that is probably one of, if not the most important part of any brow tutorial, is the highlighting on the brow bone. It just creates you such a nice arch and really just makes your eyebrows pop. So we're definitely going to be using this today. And then I did also pick up this, which is the dewy setting spray, which I'm just going to spray all over my face. Not really that much to do with eyebrows, but that's just going to finish off my face. Obviously normally eyebrows wouldn't be the last thing I do. It would normally be probably one of the first things that I would do, but it's the last thing we're doing today. So I'm going to come a little bit closer. So like I said, I'm going to start with the light shade on the Technique Brow Pomade and Powder. The size of brush you pick will depend on the size of your eyebrows. So I have quite a big one, and then I also have a smaller one. Like I said, these are both very, very stiff angled brushes, so really, really good for creating the definition. Now, because I have got bigger eyebrows, I am going to go in with the bigger brush, but if your eyebrows are a little bit smaller, you might need the little one. So the first thing you'll notice is this product is very creamy, which is really, really good because it means it's very easy to work with. So you just want to take a real tiny amount on your brush like that, and then we're going to start by sculpting underneath on the brow. Okay, once I've gone underneath here, I'm now going to do the exact same but from the top downwards. So I once again just creating those little lines sort of flicking down and this way, so out, because that's obviously the way your eyebrows naturally go. I noticed that a lot of the time people don't fill their brows from the top, but because I like to create the fluffy look, it really just helps to add thickness. You want to make sure that you're not going too close to your inner corner of your eyebrow, because we're going to be doing something else for that, and you don't want that to look too blocky and thick. Okay, so now that I've started to do the bulk of my filling with pomade, what I now like to do is take the pencil. So this one is in shade Blonde. So I don't know if you can see, but it's a very, very fine tip. Really, really good for creating little hairlines and also for extending your brow tail. So I'm going to start off by extending my tails using this, and then I will be going towards the front. Okay, so I've extended my tail just here. Now what we're going to do is go in at the front and just create some hairs. And I'm going to start here at the front, really soft, and then get a little bit firmer as I go through the brow just to help define.
What can I do to make you?
Okay, just like that. So once I have gone through with the brow pencil just to add the definition, give me a nice sharp tail and some extra hairs here, and now I like to go in with the spoolie end and just brush everything up, just basically making sure all of that product is distributed nicely through all of the hairs. So now that we have defined our brows and filled with pomade, we are going to go in with the powder topper from the powder and pomade duo. So now I like to take a fluffier brush. I'm using quite a large one because I have got quite big eyebrows, but if your eyebrows are smaller, you'll probably need a smaller tipped brush, but this one is quite a nice little fluffy one. And all I'm going to do is very lightly tap in like this and then pat it onto the eyebrow. All this is going to do is just help to add definition into your eyebrow, really making sure you've got no gaps. I don't go over my tail when I'm doing this because I don't want it to look messy and blotchy. I want it to look really nice and sharp. So we're just going to focus here on the center bit where we really want to make sure it's nice and full. So just going to brush all of that up, making sure it's all nice and distributed, and just to make sure we haven't got any excess powder in there. So for this eyebrow, I'm going to go in with the Technique Brow Gel. So this one has got a smaller tip to it and it is just clear. So I'm going to go in with this one for this eyebrow, brush all of the hairs up, giving that nice fluffy brow effect. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing on this eyebrow, and we are going to use the other brow gel. But I just wanted to do this entire eyebrow first so you can see it like a before and after. So I'm going to go in with this one first. Once all of those hairs are brushed up and the brow is nice and defined, I'm going to go in with the Mega Glow highlighting quad, and we are going to highlight that brow bone. So I absolutely love this champagne color. It's just such a beautiful pigmented color. So we are going to go in on the brow bone with this one. Doesn't that just look so much better? So that's created that really nice arch in there. It's just really lifted my eyebrows. I feel like my eyebrows are very flat and straight and they kind of drag my face down a little bit. But once I've got my highlight on my brow bone, it just pulls everything up. So that is this eyebrow pretty much complete. I 100% recommend using a highlight underneath your brow bone. It really helps to create an arch. So I have got quite straight eyebrows naturally. What I like to do is with the highlight just slightly push it up into some of the hairs. It just helps to create a really nice strong arch. So here is the before and after on my eyebrows. This is before with a naked eyebrow. And this is the after. So I'm now gonna go and finish doing this eyebrow. Gonna do it exactly the same as this one, except I'm gonna use the other brow gel. So I will show you using the other brow gel in a minute. Okay, you guys, so I have just finished doing this eyebrow and I did top it with this clear lash mascara. So actually I think I prefer this one. They are pretty much the exact same consistency. I think they feel very, very similar on the brows, but the thing I like better about this one is it does have a super big spoolie, and for me it just makes my eyebrows quicker to do. So I personally prefer that one, but either are good. I have also just topped my face with this dewy setting spray just here, which smells like coconuts. And to be honest, actually I think this is a little bit of a dupe for the MAC Fix Plus coconut. It feels really light and fresh on the skin. It smells absolutely amazing, so definitely recommend this one. It just helps to melt all your powdered products in together and makes all your highlight pop so much. So yeah, that was my full eyebrow tutorial courtesy of Technique. Thank you so much guys once again for gifting me some gorgeous products. Absolutely love working with them so much, and I feel like their eyebrow products are just like on point, you know. If you do want to pick up any of these products today, they will all be linked down below. I will pop everything in the description box for you guys. This video is not sponsored and the links are not affiliate links. These products were gifted to me, but I will always give my full honest opinion. And like I said, I really have enjoyed all of these products today, and I definitely recommend the eyebrow products, especially if you're a blonde, because it can be really difficult to find a good blonde eyebrow product that matches and doesn't look orange and ginger and just not good. So their eyebrow products are really good, especially if you're blonde, because they are nice and ashy. So I hope you all enjoyed watching today's video as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. If you did enjoy watching today's video, please don't forget to give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe down below. If you have any friends or family who you think might enjoy my content, please feel free to share it with them. Don't forget to go and check out my Instagram at Oliver James Life. Same as it is here. If you have any questions or comments about today's video, please feel free to leave it all down below in the comment section. I love reading your comments. And without further ado, I look forward to seeing you all in my next video.